Okay, we're back. Sean Ward again, lead instructor for Ward and Fifth Consulting. We are continuing our line sheets and sales forms course. In this lecture, we're going to talk about credit applications. Okay, so just to go through the steps again, remember we're doing everything in order. The retailer has the line sheets, so they know what to order. They have the case pack, so they know the minimum order, and they have the actual case pack, the case packs, and then they have the order form. They know how to fill it out. Now, when you're dealing with these retailers, mostly these boutiques and independents, pretty much everyone who's not a Macy's or Nordstrom's or Lord & Taylor, Saks Fifth Avenue, you want to make sure that you are going to get paid. At the end of the day, you may love designing your product. You may love being able to gift your product to celebrities. You may love going to the parties, but this is not a hobby. This is a business. And for it to be a business, you need to have commerce. And to have commerce, you need to get paid. And so in order to make sure you get paid, you want to make sure that anyone you ship your product to, that remember, you're giving them at least 30-day terms for the most part, that they can pay you, okay? If you're sending your product to a retailer who is shady, or they just may be good people, but they're having financial stress and they're known for paying either very, very late or not paying at all, you want to know this before you ship anything. Okay, you want to know this so that you do not send them anything unless maybe they pay you at least a substantial amount of the order up front. The only way to know this is to actually have them fill out a credit application. Okay, now you're a new brand and you're going to be so happy to receive these orders when you first get them. I remember when Shane and I we first received our first order, we put it in the frame and we had it up and we were just ecstatic. And you just want to make those shoes for, in our case, make the shoes, but you just want to create the product and ship it and have it on the floor, have customers see it, pick it up, fall in love with your brand, and you make money. The thing is, it's only as exciting as the retailer that can pay you, right? So keep that in mind. No matter how happy you are, never ship to a retailer who can't pay. And how you do that? Credit application. So I'm going to share with you the form that we've used to send to these boutiques and retailers so that they can actually prove their credit worthiness or unworthiness. Okay? Again, you're going to have your logo at the top just so that they know. It's just your standard letterhead so they can figure out who you are and how to get in contact with you. The credit application, that's the title of the form. And if you scroll down, you're going to basically see the detailed actual information that they need to fill out. So this is something you're going to email to them, or again, I keep saying fax, but you just never know. Some people are old school. You may fax it to them, or again, you may make copies of these at your, to take along for a trade show. Okay. So the retailer will fill this out. They will fill out at first, if you follow the cursor, the retailer doing business as. This is something that we didn't used to have in here, but we put it in here because many retailers may have a name such as Carl's Shoes, but the actual business name is Winthrop, Retail Incorporated. So to make sure that the credit company, who I'll tell you in a second, that you send this document to, they can basically be able to look up the right corporate entity. Okay, so make sure they put in the doing business as, because again, the credit company may need to search the DBA or the actual formal company's name to find out their credit. The retailer corporate name, the retailer address, very important because they want to make sure that they're giving you the credit report for the right retailer. Now, the retailer fills that out. Now, what we also want to do, now that first section is all that say like a Duns and Bradstreet. If you're using Duns and Bradstreet to run credit checks, now there are a bunch of companies online and around the United States that provide these type of services. But whoever you're doing it with, Duns and Bradstreet is one of the preeminent credit companies out there. They're going to use that top section to go and do a credit report and basically do a search and find out if that company, and they'll send you a report. It'll show you if that company has good credit, so that means that they usually pay on time. It'll actually give you a category like great or good or middle of the road, poor or very poor, and then they'll actually send you a list of which brands that have reported them for either good payments or late payments or no payments at all, to show you they've been delinquent also. So these are great reports to have. You could get a bundle where you basically get a subscription, and you're able to get maybe 20 to 50 credit checks per month. That may cost you, $50 a month or something like that. And then you can do some a la carte. If you're not doing that much business, you could probably pay some one-offs around $5 per, $10, $15 per credit check. It depends on who you're working with. The next section are the references, and these are pretty much for yourself. Because for some retailers, maybe they haven't been around long enough to actually have reports, or maybe they've started a new company and they don't have any reports. So you want to be able to at least ask them for references, and these references are other vendors, other brands like yourself who have done business with this retailer in the past that you can call on and say, hey, how does Carl's Shoes pay you? Or do they pay you at all? Or do they pay you late? Basically, how's the business with them? And you want to get those references. And what I like to do is dig deeper. So when they send these references, not only email these references, but also ask them, do you know anyone else who has done business with them? If so, could you give me their information? That's how you get that second level. Obviously, because most retailers will give you references off of retailers who have, obviously, they paid in the past. Brands that they've actually paid on time. They may not give you the ones that they haven't paid. So you want to basically try to dig a little deeper and ask, other brands. Maybe some other brands that they work with that aren't references. Say, hey, how's the business been with Carl's? Or again, ask the reference for another reference. So for the references, they'll fill in the vendor name, which again, the vendor of the brand, the contact number, the email, and that person's name. So this is pretty much what you need. And then at the end, again, you want them to sign this. Again, it becomes a legal document once they sign it. I'm not a lawyer, but it's always good to get signatures so they can't say I didn't fill that out if something comes up and you go to court. So the retailer signs it, they date it, they put their name, phone number, and email. So this is very important. As you can see, this was created on Word, so it's pretty simple. You can do a copy and paste. If you need these forms from me, email me on the platform where you're listening to this and looking at this, and I will get that back to you. Again, credit application, very important. One thing to notice, you will not do this for the department stores. Department stores are not going to fill this out. For the most part, their credits are pretty good, and you're going to get paid because they're multi-million-dollar companies, sometimes billion-dollar companies. But these are going to be for more your boutiques and your moms and pops. So thanks again for listening to this lecture. Sean Ward, wardandfifth.com. You can see us online, and you can follow us on all of our social pages. Thank you so much.